What is the frequency management and why it's important in digital media? You need to know that frequency is the number of times somebody sees your ad. So if I see your ads 3 times, the frequency is 3. Now, let's start with what people think is a good question. Is 4 a good frequency? How the hell am I supposed to know? Think about it. Is it 4 times the same ad on Facebook? Is it 4 times the same unskippable video ad on Weather Network? Is it 4 different ads on Facebook in a month? Frequency without the context has no meaning. What are good contexts to talk about frequency? You have the number and the difference between the creatives. What I mean, if you have like 5 different creatives with 5 different colors, even if the frequency is high, it may be less tiring for the end user because you see different ads. It may be the same product, so it's not perfect, of course, but still, it's less worse than being the same ad 5 times. Also, the placement where the ads are shown, because if your placement is like in the Facebook right column, the frequency may be high because the user is not really seeing it. The same as being a non-skippable ads on YouTube is completely different than being a banner on a website. Because a banner on a website, people usually have banner blindness, and while they may see it, it may happen that they do not see it. But unskippable ads, usually the end user does not like it. So if the frequency is high on an unskippable YouTube or connected TV video, it's kind of a problem versus having a banner. What you need to understand for media people about frequency, that frequency is not about math. What I mean by that, if you have a frequency for campaign A that is 2, frequency for the campaign B that is 3, the frequency for both campaigns is not 5 because that will be adding up both of them. But the reality is that there is an overlap between the two campaigns. So even if you say, oh, my frequency is 5 because this one is 2 and this other one is 3, that's not true because the frequency may be as low as 3 because the same person from the campaign B saw the ads from the campaign A. So it doesn't mean anything if you add it together. The only way to look at frequency is to see what the platform gives you. Because you can't even say, oh, I'm going to look at the ad level because let's talk about Facebook. If you have 10 ads, different ads, and the frequency is 1.5 at each ads, that doesn't mean that the total frequency of the campaign is like 15. No, it means that it can be as low as 1.5 if it's all different person that saw all the ads. So that's why you cannot do any mathematics with frequency. You can't also do an average frequency between different placement because this is even worse. Let's say that on Facebook you have a frequency of 5 and on banner you have a frequency of 3. You can say that the average frequency is 4. That would be completely meaningless and will mean nothing. But why it's important? Because usually you want a high frequency. Usually you want a high reach. You want more people to see your ads. So to have more people see your ads, that means that you need to put a frequency cap. Because if you do not put a frequency cap, the platform is not stupid. If you tell them, I want you to have the lowest cost for an impression, you will say, oh yeah, Thomas likes impression. I will put 100 impression on at this user because he likes ads. He's always on website. He likes to see ads. So it's a good thing. The CPM will be low. But you will only have reached 1%. So it's not really a big win for the campaigns. That's why that by having a frequency cap, the lowest you think it's viable for the campaign, usually that means that the reach will be higher. Now, this is not true for all statements that I can say. Just saying that as a general rule of thumbs, if the frequency cap is low, that means that the reach will be higher for this campaign. It also means that the CPM will be higher, but that's another discussion. That was my video on frequency management and digital media.